Hey, good morning, everybody. This is a book that is called Cactus Hotel, and it's about a cactus and its life. Doesn't sound very exciting, but you'd be surprised. And this book is by Brenda Giberson. I'm not really sure how to say that. Giberson and Megan Lloyd. She did the illustrations, both of which are awesome. On a hot, dry day in the desert, a bright red fruit falls from a tall saguaro cactus. Plop! It splits apart on the sandy floor. 2,000 black seeds glisten in the sunlight. Look at that thing. Can you see it? Got thousands of little tiny seeds in it. When the air cools in the evening, an old pack rat comes out and eats the juicy fruit. Then he skitters across the sand. A seed, less clinging to his whiskers, falls off under a palo verde tree. What's a palo verde tree? Hey, a tiny seed. It is a good place for the seed to drop. A spotted ground squirrel looking for something to eat does not see it. Alice Finch chirping high in the Palo Verde does not see it. After many dry days, a heavy rain falls on the desert. Soon, a young cactus sprouts up from the ground. Slowly, slowly, the seedling grows. The Palo Verde protects it from the hot summer sun and cold winter nights. After 10 years, the cactus is only 4 inches high. It's just big enough for desert ants to climb its spiny sides. You see them? The desert ants. After a rainstorm, when the desert blooms with color, the cactus pulls in water with its long roots and looks fat. A young pack rat stops to drink the water that drips off the tree. Then she scurries off, looking for a dry place to make a nest. When there is no rain, the cactus uses up the water it has stored inside and looks thin. The Palo Verde loses its tiny leaves, but there's always some shade for the cactus below after 25 years. The cactus is 2 feet tall. The jackrabbit cools off beside it and gnaws on the green pulp. But when a coyote moves in the distance, the jackrabbit disappears into a nearby hole. See the coyote? Quick, Mr. Jackrabbit, get into your hole. After 50 years, the cactus stands 10 feet tall and looks straight and strong beside the old Palo Verde. For the very first time, brilliant white and yellow flowers appear on the top of the cactus. Every spring from now on, the flowers will open for one night only and then close in the heat of the day. They beckon like a welcoming signal across the desert. At different times of the day and night, birds, bees, and bats come for the nectar. Do you remember that nectar means flower juice? Isn't that something? That thing is now it's bigger than that tree and it's 50 years old. That's probably older than your grandma. It's not as old as me though. The flowers dry up, and after a month, the bright red fruit filled with black seeds is ripe and ready. A Gila woodpecker comes to eat. He looks around the cactus and decides to stay. Huh, he's just sitting there on top. He has found the perfect place in the desert to begin a new hotel. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to a hotel. This one doesn't have a swimming pool. The woodpecker goes right to work, and the only tool he uses is his long, hard beak. Tap, tap, tap. He bores into the flesh of the cactus. Tap, tap, tap. He digs deep inside to make a space that is comfortable and roomy. Oh, look, you can see inside his hole. The cactus is not harmed. It forms a tough scab all around the hole to protect itself from drying out. The woodpecker gets a weatherproof nest that is shady on hot days and warm and insulated on frosty nights. And the cactus gets something in return. The woodpecker likes to eat the insects that can bring disease to the cactus. Oh, that's called symbiotic. They work together. The woodpecker has a place to live, and he protects the cactus from yucky bugs that will hurt it. Symbiosis is a very important part of nature, working together. All around the desert, there are holes of every size for ants and mice, lizards and snakes, rabbits and foxes. After 150 years, there are holes of every size in the cactus, too. The giant plant has finally stopped growing. Whoa! That cactus is 150 years old. Now, that's way older than your great grandparents. That's old. That's, whoa. After 150 years, there are holes of every. I read that. Oh, the giant plant has finally stopped growing. It is 50 feet tall with 7 long branches. It weighs 8 tons, about as much as 5 automobiles. That means cars. Automobiles, that's the same thing as cars. What? It weighs as much as 5 cars? Wow, that thing is gigantic. And look at all the animals that live under the ground near the cactus. Even a fox. Huh. And a king snake and a jackrabbit and a different kind of king snake and a Gila monster, also called a beaded lizard. That's some kind of a kangaroo rat. Yep. And a chipmunk and ooh, some desert rats. Wow. A lot of animals there. Wow. And there's another woodpecker. Finally, after 200 years, the old cactus sways in a gust of wind and falls with a thud to the sandy floor. Its great thorny arms crumble in the crash. Oh, look. It broke its arms and it died. Oh, is that terrible? Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. The creatures that lived up high must find other homes, but those that prefer to live down low move right in. A millipede, a scorpion, and many ants and termites quickly find home in the top of the hotel. Mostly it sounds like bugs, ants, and termites and stuff. After many months, all that remains are the wooden ribs that supported the cactus while it stood so tall. A colored lizard dashes over the top looking for insects. A ground snake huddles in the shadows below. So can you see the ribs? You have ribs too, not cactus ribs. And all around there is a forest of cacti slowly growing in the desert. Through hot and cold, wet and dry, some will survive long enough to become other cactus hotels. Oh, look, there's one now. You see the hole? Probably a woodpecker has moved in. This kind of cactus is called a saguaro cactus, and they're very amazing plants. As you saw in the Cactus Hotel, they live a long time. 200 years is a long time. Hmm. Wow. I hope you get to see a saguaro cactus one day.